Suppose the demand. Why do I always do the of doom? Of doom is given by that, and supply is given by that for that. Find the equilibrium line. All right. So if you would go into your calculator, in your y equals, type in the first function. Instead of q, please use x. And for y2, type in the second function. And notice q goes between 0 and 17. So under your window, make the x's go from 0 to 17. Now, I do not have any idea what the y should be. So we might have to fiddle with this a little bit. Since we can't have anything negative, we'll start at 0. And let's just go up to 50 with a scale of 10. This could either be really bad or spot on, which is sort of British, but we'll see what happens. Let's hit graph. Oh gosh, what is that? I don't think 50 is enough. Should we try 100? Anyone? Graph. All right, let me change the window. Instead of going to 17, let's just say 5. Because that's drawing the vertical asymptote. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do this, kids. We're gonna go insane. We'll say 1,000. There it is. Oh, look at that. Bam, almost. All right, do we have 0 to 17? Does it really cross at 17? That'd be terrible mathmanship. I guess it crosses at 17. So I gave you guys the answer. But you wouldn't know that though. Oh, that was mean of me. I mean, nice of me. All right, ready? Here we go. Change your window to this. Why did I give you guys the answer? Don't expect that again. It was an early gift. So there's the rational. There's the supply. So if you do your second calc, intersect, enter, and then put the guess close to, I don't know, probably something close to 17. That was nice of me. I don't like that at all. So notice your point of intersection is 17, 400. So the 17 is what in the consumer surplus formula? 17 is your Q naught. Oh, why did it hate me orange? No. So we found our point to be 17, 400. So remember, your equilibrium point is of the form Q naught, P naught. So this is Q naught. And 400 class is P naught. Very good. Sorry if any of you are allergic to this problem. Okay. So part B, what is the setup for the consumer surplus? The integral from what to what as you stand in front of it? Everyone has a integral from 0 to 17 of 8,000, which is d of q, minus 400. dq. Dairy Queen. Well, the integrand of 400 is very, very nice because it's just 400 cubed. But the antiderivative of 8,000 over q plus 3, what do we need? U substitution. Oh my gosh. Now this is the only one that needs U substitution. This guy doesn't. So what I would suggest is break it up. In fact, let me do this. I'm going to pull out that 8,000. Since the second integral does not need U substitution, the bounds will remain 0, 17. The first integral does need U substitution, so the bounds will change. What's your U going to be? U plus 3. So I want everyone, please, to change this integral into its new bounds. So if you pick U to be Q plus 3, what's the U dq? 1, so dq is 1 dq. So dq and dq are the same thing. So we don't have to add any constants or anything to this guy here. Okay. But if the lower bound was 17, and if u is q plus 3, what's the new lower bound? Oh, I'm so sorry. If the upper bound was 17 and u is q plus 3, what's the new upper bound? 20. And if the previous lower bound is 0 and u is q plus 3, then what's the new lower bound? 3. Yeah, buddy. Now what do we do besides scream and jump out the window? Not yet. We integrate. So what happens to this 8,000? Lindsay Lohan. Nothing. Remember we had that before? Nothing happens. What is the antiderivative of 1 over u? No, you can't do that. Natural log of u. Taking the natural log of the absolute value, we won't need the absolute values because we're sticking in positive numbers. Minus, what's the antiderivative of 400 with respect to q? (400q). Tasty, yummy, good times. If you would, stick in 20, subtract, stick in 3. And then subtract, sticking in 17. When you stick in 0, you get 0. So that's nice. And since we're talking money here, please round this to 2 decimal places. I got 8376.96. Yay. Awesome. So that's how much consumers save basically by buying the items on sale. I wouldn't buy a ceiling fan of Doom. I'd be scared something would happen. Okay. Good news or bad news? What do you want? Good news. Part B was horrible because we had to do a natural log. It made it even worse. Part C is going to be a lot better because it's a quadratic. Q plus 3. So let's set this up. We'll have the integral from 0 to q naught, so 0 to 17, of p naught 400 minus s of q, excuse me, q plus 3 quantity squared. To avoid another u substitution, what should we do with that q plus 3 quantity squared? Don't put this in a microwave. Foil, very good. So if you foil it, notice it's after a subtraction sign. So after you FOIL and distribute your negatives, you're left with negative q squared minus 6q minus 9 dq. So combining like terms, 400 minus 9 class. So we don't need any use substitution here. What's the antiderivative of negative q squared? What's the antiderivative of negative 6q? Close. I'll do the hard one. If you would stick in 17, stick in 0. Again, when you stick in 0, you get 0. As I said previously, do not assume it's always going to be 0. And again, since this is money, please round this to 2 decimal places. I got 41, 42.33. That is the torture that is chapter 15.